Yeah, this could go horribly wrong, but we're gonna. Oh, that's in a hole. Hang on. Sorry, my leg just went down in the hole, and I don't want to do that. All right, guys, how you doing this morning? How's life?
Good.
Oh, the mics work. That's great. Okay, so they did this in the first hour. They've had a bit more time to think about their answers. I'm hoping we get something better this round. Okay, so. By the way, are we recording? Did we remember to record and we're on air? Great, even better. All right, so why don't you, because not everybody knows who you are, which is be kind of crazy that they don't know that because you're kind of loud. But if, why don't you start with you, all right, yourself, grade, school, all the fun details.
My name's Cam. I'm 13.
Now we're Cam? We're using adult names. Okay, cool. All right, so Camden. Camden.
I'm going into 8th grade, and I go to Christ Church Academy.
Okay, so that means he finished 7th. Okay, going into 8th. Christ Church Academy. Okay. 13. Any other major details you want to say about yourself?
I'm tall.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to the next person who has icing all on his face, everywhere. Lots of icing.
My name's JR. I go to Swiss Point, and I'm going into 8th grade, and I'm 13.
Going into 8th grade. Again, I love it. You guys are like, I'm going into 8th grade. Looking forward. I like it. All right, so finish 7th grade, 13. All right, now we had this discussion in the first one. Who's older?
Him.
All right, by how many months?
A lot.
No. It's not a lot. It's like not even 12. All right, so.
September, October, November, December. 7 or 8 months. 7 or 8 months.
It's a lot of months.
It's a lot of months. Okay. All right, so going to Swiss Point, CCA. Okay, Camden, tell us a little bit about what do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
I like to play basketball and go running.
And go running. What kind of running are we talking about?
Long distance.
Long distance running. All right, what is the longest distance you have ever run?
I think.
And who is chasing you?
7 miles.
7 miles, okay, which is just over a 10K. Working towards the half marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so done plenty of 5Ks, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your fastest time for a 5K?
20-30.
Wait, what? 23 minutes is your fastest 5K?
20-30.
20 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah. 20, okay. So if you see me running a 5K in 20 minutes or less, I just go ahead and call the morgue because I'm dead on the side of the road, all right? I come from sports where running is the punishment for mouthing off to the coach. All right, so that's what, and I did that about once a week. All right, so it was great. Okay, so running, do you do sprints?
I do that for track.
Okay, what are they called again? Meets?
Yeah, track meets.
Track meets or whatever? Okay. No, what is it, events that you're in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know because I don't run, again, unless I'm really scared. All right, so what events do you compete in?
Oh, it's a lot. 100, 400, 800, 1600, 3200.
Okay, what is your fastest 400?
101.
101, is that 1 minute and 1 second? Okay. Yeah, that's never happening for me either. All right, so you like to run and you play basketball, right? All right, JR, what do you do?
I like to play football. I like to go fishing and also basketball.
Okay, so football for the school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what position do you play?
I play defensive back and I play wide receiver.
All right, defensive back. Earlier he said DB, and like the whole, like everybody in the group was like, what's that? I was like, defensive back. All right, wide receiver. And I asked you this, and you said no earlier, but like, why not be like an offensive tackle or something?
I'm not big enough. I'm not like.
You could do it. It just takes heart, man.
You really think so?
No,
you
but all right. So you defensive back, wide receiver. You play basketball, yeah, for the school or for fun?
For fun.
Okay, for fun. Okay, and then you like to go fishing. Now this is where we could really chat for a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you go fishing for?
So sometimes I go saltwater. That's pretty fun, like on the boat.
Okay.
I usually go freshwater, like local ponds, like around my area.
Okay.
I catch like bass. I catch tilapia. I catch bluegill.
Okay.
A lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so catching bass and stuff in our local ponds. Do
Yeah.
you eat anything out of those ponds?
I do not, because that would be disgusting.
That would be disgusting. That would be.
Yeah.
All right, if you don't know what we are talking about, these are the retention ponds that catch all of the runoff. So, like, think of it this way. If you spit in the middle of the sidewalk the rain will carry that spit all the way into the retention pond, and that's where the fish will eat your spit, okay? And so we don't eat that fish, all right? Among other things, kerosene, whatever else is going down, right? It's nasty. All right, so you catch bass, you catch bluegill, you said carp earlier.
I did.
You have, all right, what's the biggest bass you've caught yet?
About like 8 pounds.
Bro, that's a good sized fish, yeah. All right, so this is knowledge for everybody. This is actually one of the best pieces of knowledge. If you ever catch a largemouth bass that is over 10 pounds, and you deliver that largemouth bass alive to the Bass Pro Shop, they will put it in their tank, and they will give you a free replica plus like a massive gift card. That's real. All right, but it's got to be 10 pounds. And I'm like right with you. I've only caught like 8s and 9s and stuff like that. Like so close, but not quite there. All right, so you go fishing, saltwater fishing, yeah? All that stuff, yeah? Okay. All right, so I also told you guys to come ready with a talent, ability, and or skill, because girls like guys with skills. All right, so that wasn't for y'all. That was for the adults, because you've not seen that movie probably. All right, so it's a movie.
Camden.
Does anybody know what movie I just quoted over there? Girls like guys with skills. That's right, Napoleon Dynamite. All right, it's amazing. All right, so Napoleon Dynamite is like one of the classic American movies of all time. All right, Indiana Jones and Napoleon Dynamite. All right, so what is your skill, Camden?
I can offer sing.
You can what? That is not what you led with last hour.
I can offer sing.
You can, all right, hang on. Are you being like for real, or are you messing with me right now?
I can sing like 3 words, but yes, I can opera sing.
Okay. How did you discover that you can opera sing? Were you in the shower one day and you're just like, I'm gonna try this?
So I showed this video to my mom. It was a guy who said, I'll give you $500 if you get kicked out of the store. And he got on top of a Target freezer and started.
What are you doing right now, JR? What are you doing?
and started opera singing. So that's where it inspired me from.
Okay. All right.
Wanna do it?
Y'all just need to know something, because in the last hour I was like, "Hey, what's your skill?" And he's like, "My thumb is double jointed."
It is.
And literally, show him. That's what he does. And I was like, "That's it." And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What do you do? Like, introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Camden, and I'm double jointed." And I was like, "Ew." Like,
you want me to go?
yeah, I want, but you got to stand up. No microphone. No microphone. This is all natural. Okay. Sorry, we need silence. Absolute silence. Absolute silence, everybody. Wait, what are you singing? Figaro. Okay. Figaro. You have a gift, my friend. You should go to Juilliard. Yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah.
Should I do it at camp?
No, but you should do it somewhere. Yeah, maybe on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, you should do that. TikTok or something. All right. You can opera sing. Fantastic. That's amazing. Man, I hope you can opera sing right now. Can you? No? Okay, no opera singing. All right, JR, what is your talent, skill, and or ability?
Okay, so it's not as good as his, but I could solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes.
Oh, hang on.
And
do you have a Rubik's Cube on? Oh, yes, you do.
Right
Okay, hang
here.
on.
And Pastor Jason did mix it up earlier.
I did?
He did.
How did I mix it up?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean the
Like,
mixed up
yeah.
cube, yeah. Yeah, I 100% did that.
I'm gonna solve it and
All right, I have my timer right here. We want to know if we can do this in a legit 2 minutes. In the first hour, he actually did it in 1 minute and 47 seconds. So your time to beat is now 1 minute and 47 seconds. Okay, ready,
Good
set,
luck.
go. So how did you determine you could actually do this?
so when I was grounded.
Oh, that's the best way to start. When I could do nothing in life.
Yeah, and I was allowed to solve a Rubik's Cube. It was pretty fun.
How long did it take you to learn that you could do this?
Weeks. I was grounded. It was actually pretty
You were
fun to
grounded
learn.
for weeks?
Yeah.
What did you do?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
It was actually pretty fun to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I'm actually almost done, but
No, you can't be almost done already. All right, so now you told me something. What is this particular Rubik's Cube called?
So there's different cubes. It's called a speed cube, where you can actually, you can move it faster because like it's from like magnets, so it's actually kind of like easier. So that's why I like this cube.
Okay, you're just over a minute and 4 seconds now.
Yeah, I'm actually about to solve it. So.
Okay. Listen, when you like flip it and flick it and it goes really fast. Oh no, what happened? Oh, was it on the screen? That's better. Okay, good, because this is dead. Oh, there it is. That was definitely less than 2. All right.
Good job.
Did you keep time up there too? And 1 minute. It was definitely faster than last time, so that's impressive. So okay, I can actually see the magnets up in there. Like you can pull it apart and you can see the magnet in there. That's crazy. All right, very cool. I cannot do that. I can't do that. And there's like different types of Rubik's Cubes, right? Yeah, so what other kinds of Rubik's Cubes are there?
There's just certain Rubik's Cube that I have.
Thank you.
Doesn't work.
Now
it does.
Yeah,
So there's different types of Rubik's Cubes. This one's called a speed cube. It like moves very fast. There's another Rubik's Cube. The colors show up when it's like there's like heat. So like if you put it in the sun, you can only like solve it because like there's colors.
So if it was cold, you would see no colors whatsoever?
No, it would be straight up black.
What if you're colorblind?
You'd probably not be able to solve it. So
Probably can't solve it at all.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And there's just like other basic.
I just need
Rubik's Cubes.
realistic goals for myself. Okay. All right. So.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's other Rubik's Cubes that like solve by itself, but those are pretty expensive.
Wait. You just like press a button and it's like do.
Well, it's
and
actually
done.
off the app, and like it could like it's pretty cool. I don't have
So
it.
you just use the app and it does its thing and.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty good for you because like you could learn.
So in other words, you just go boom like that and
Yeah.
then it's done. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that,
Yeah.
but okay.
It's pretty expensive, so.
Oh, all right. So I know they also have like the 16,
Oh
right?
yeah, there's
16
like
square?
pyramids. There's like pyramids.
Pyramids.
Like those are pretty hard.
So all sorts of. So not just
Yeah.
cubes. So it's
Yeah,
a
not
Rubik's
just cubes. It's
pyramid.
Like
Okay,
different
got it.
shapes.
All right. So at this point, we have a game that we're supposed to play, and we're gonna play the game. But you guys kind of like botched sort of the process here. Okay. So how many of you guys know what the game disc golf is? Okay. So disc golf is kind of like frisbee. However, if you call it a frisbee to a disc golfer, he might get offended. Like the fact that he's getting offended at all is kind of silly. All right, so but anyways, you take like these little tiny frisbee thingies, and you can actually throw them really far and very accurate. Okay, and the goal is you want to throw it into a basket. Okay, and it's like a metal basket with chains. And so think golf. So you have like a hole that you have to go down. And there's par, there's bogey, birdie, all that stuff. But if you get it in one shot, it's called an ace. In disc golf, it's called an ace. And so a lot of times they'll do ace races and stuff like that. And it's lots of fun. And so I said, you know what, ChatGPT, let's come up with a game. And so ChatGPT and I came up with a game, and it is called donut golf, okay? And so donut golf is when you take a donut, like this one, and you're going to throw it like a frisbee, and then the other player has to catch it in their mouth. If it hits the ground, you get to go again. And now listen, y'all. Oh, we can't recreate this moment. But in the first hour, I kid you not, what happened? What happened? What? No. Before, what happened?
So Camden stood up, right? On the mic, there was a whole cockroach on it.
Not a joke.
It was just crawling around.
There was they got up to start throwing food around, and literally a massive cockroach comes out of the couch where they were just sitting. And I was like, hey, you still got to play the game. So now what was supposed to happen is when he makes his basket, right, and gets it in the guy's mouth, then everybody would get a donut. Yep, whop, whop. All right, because I don't think there's not much over there. Were they good? Did y'all have good donuts? Yeah? Did anybody eat more than one? Gemma's like, I ate all of theirs, right? Okay. I ate everybody's. Okay. It was actually just Gemma. Okay, got it. All right, so we're still going to play this game, and you're supposed to cheer them on because as soon as he made it, you got to eat a donut. Now you just have to pretend like you want to eat another donut, okay? So, all right, so how are we doing this time? You're catching it this time. Okay. So I didn't prepare them, and so he came in with like his rubber bands last time.